K-Pro Cow Pow Wow Wow. It's the K-Pro Cow Pow Wow. Marion and Indy are what they're like, although their real names are Christy and Mike. Can they pin down the treasure? They just might. Tune in to find out Monday nights. K-Pro Cow Pow Wow. K-Pro Cow Pow Wow Wow. It's the K-Pro Cow Pow Wow.
Hey, everybody. It's the K-Pro Cow Powwow, or as I like to call it, Forrest Fenn's lawyer said, what? All right, we got another PowerPoint from K-Pro tonight to lay it all out.
And Forrest's lawyer said nothing. It's been sitting in documents for 6 months, and we did not know it. But also, I talked to some people. They talked to some people. They talked to some people. There's some people that, you know, we have a lot. There's a lot going on, and I'm the first to say I got distracted a bit. Drama, nonsense, chaos. It ended up, we got some stuff to say. I know.
I hope so. It's been a while since we've actually had some stuff to say. Well, I mean, we could say whatever we want. We could say all kinds of stuff. The question is, what's going on with the chest? When is it going to get sold, and to who? So I don't know if we have any of those answers tonight, but whenever it happens, we will break it. As we always do. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, good. I'm good. That's all I'm going to say is because when you have trying days, and I'm going to be a little embarrassed here. I feel like I know a lot in the community going on, but about a week ago, I decided I'm going to try to check out a little bit. And there was so many videos today, and I watched some of one, and then I watched some of the other, and it was like, there's restraining orders and people and court battles and all that. I hadn't no real idea. Like someone actually had to text me and it's like, did you know today? I'm like, I didn't even know this was going. So I am proud to say I first felt a little bad. Like I didn't know about this chase drama. I didn't know about that chase drama. I'm like,
no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Okay.
People send me things from the Discord and I just, anyway.
Oh, don't even bring up. Hi, my name's K-Pro, and I am 4 days since I have been on Discord. Right. 5 days. Like
one day at a time.
I'm excited to say. I know I miss the positive and the banter and the fun, but I don't miss the negative. It's really, really cool. And it has brought some new search peeps into my life. I am starting to converse with some people that are really have a lot of documentation and things of some stuff that's going on. And I want to thank, you know who you are, somebody I spent quite a bit of time with who understood these filings and things really well. And kind of helped me through it. And a couple of my lawyer friends or legal ease type people, I don't even understand the terminology of some of this stuff. So they had to dumb it down and give a crutch to that PhD.
Hashtag lawsuits.
Yeah. So
here's one. Here's live audio from the judge.
No, you've had your limit today. You drink water.
Okay. Sometimes the judge has got to put down the smackdown and tell people how it is. So thumbs up for data. Well, we'll see. Data. Thumbs up for K-Pro's PowerPoint, I'd say. Thanks.
Well, so I do.
Moderator.
So I will say I do have a PowerPoint. I do have some information that spans outside of it. And then we need to interpret some of the PowerPoint or some of the data. So I tried to put in here when it's actual data. There is some data points I'm not putting in, even though there's some people's names that are a part of the record. I will not be putting out some of those names.
Will not.
Yeah. Impossible when drama is your middle name. Oh, is that someone from Canada? Well, you know what? Sometimes you
got to admit you have a problem.
I'm the first to say, you know what? I needed to change too. So, hey, I'm 4 days out of Discord and I've not been a part of drama for 4 whole days. Today, I don't know.
I promise, guys, I won't bring up the storage unit stuff. But what I will do is say part 2 to our video dropped this morning. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. If anybody's interested in what we found in a huge storage unit that we bought Go
out of
check it
control.
out after we're done tonight.
And it's kind of fun. Some people are like, "You're so whipped. Mike made you get another storage unit." Okay, first of all, I can be whipped. I don't care. Fine. Yeah, I'm in love. Nothing you can do about it. But second, I actually brought it up to him because though this $2 is awesome to get here, this is like the extra little money that we usually have for a lot of different trips and events and going to Yellowstone, going to Reno, going to World Series of Poker. This funds that. And quite honestly, the $4 doesn't do it. So we're doing some storage units because it does. And we got the money hole of all storage units. We killed it. We killed it. Money pile, money, whatever. I don't know.
But I didn't. Hey, send me your address in North Korea.
Zombie playing cards.
And I'd just like to know how much it would cost to ship it all the way over there. No, we don't make each other do anything, guys.
You've had enough. Give me that. You have had enough soda today. Don't start fighting with me.
Okay, live audio from our house.
Me. I'm a cool mom. I'm the cool mom.
How deep? Yeah, South Korea. As soon as I said it, I knew I was wrong, Eric. How deep is a money hole? $9. All right. Okay. So there is something huge happening on Thursday for anybody that doesn't know, or do you want to save it for the PowerPoint?
Yeah, save it for if you're talking about your show. Go ahead. Anything else? You keep your mouth shut, Mister. That's
your damn mouth shut.
Thanks for keeping the info coming, Steve M says. So yes, and I apologize. There's a couple people that said they've tried to get my attention over the last month or so, and they said you're just concentrating on the wrong thing. And you say, "Oh, this community is so negative." We're not here. Look at this info. And one person in particular said, "Stop and look at this." And I went, oh. Okay. So, so here's the thing that, for this PowerPoint that I decided to do. Since I have not been looking at the legal stuff, I thought it was all dismissed like a month ago. I was wrong. I started with data and data was wrong. Because I interpreted
and the law won.
So we have to start from basically fall and then come to where we are today. And then this week, there's going to be kind of a big update this week. So there you go. Where's the t-shirt? I wore it for storage auctions. I'm now.
You got grease all over it. Now I got to go get another one, Randy.
I did.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
And it did come out. The funny part is all this information came out on April Fool's and I posted some of it and they're like, ha, April Fool's. There's no way Jack's getting deposed. There's no way one of the lawsuits moved ahead. It's going to a hearing. I'm like, I'm just going to have to wait until Monday. So I did try to get it out.
Jack doesn't have a choice, right? When you get deposed, isn't that legal requirement? You have to do that.
Right. But most judges up to this point hasn't even gotten it to that point. They say, Forrest Fenn's still alive. He kidnapped some woman and is stalking him. I'm throwing it out because you're insane. This judge has decided to say, no, let's all depose and go to a hearing. And we're going to talk about that.
That part, but
I don't either. And actually I have some questions for all you lawyers that are or in the legal area that want to weigh in on this. I'm really interested in your thoughts on how did this one get through? And it's going to hear people are being deposed. Zoe has been deposed last week. Shiloh is going to be deposed.
So Zoe's already been deposed. Is that
yes. Okay. You probably don't even know what a deposition is. I spent time this weekend.
I would just say I do because I watch them on YouTube. You know, like the Donald Trump deposition. What's his name? Lamonis from The Prophet. His deposition is there, and he was all pissed off. I've watched depositions, so that's why I know what they are.
Okay, so do you know
celebrity deposition?
How long until a deposition is in the public record?
Oh, that I don't know.
Oh, see, these are the kind of answers I went and tried to get for you guys because I didn't know. I'm like, hey, I want to hear what Jack has to say.
Are you saying that Jack's deposition will be public at some point?
I'm saying I'm going to go over in this PowerPoint the interpretation that I received due to my layman's interpretation of law.
Maybe
and you're going to have to be here.
Maybe. Is Taylor Swift getting deposed too?
Taylor Swift is in the PowerPoint. I'm just going to tell you, just shake it off. If you're not happy with it, shake it off. Because haters going to hate.
Yeah, that's
shake it off.
Part of the song.
Just shake it off.
All right. How about this one?
Don't write me a book, kid.
Okay. All right.
My PowerPoints have been very long in the past.
Go
This one is not. This one, honey, focus. Let's get the PowerPoint.
Merci beaucoup, Keekers. Oh, sorry. Okay. Go ahead. Are we going to jump right into it? What's that? Maybe the judge spelled a fish. I was about to say rat. Nemo? Finding Nemo? I don't know. All right. Yeah, no show and tell tonight. I won't. We'll save it for now. We're making storage auction videos. I'll save it for that. So Forrest, Fenn, treasure found will be Mondays. Although I reserve the right if something's really awesome to show it.
Okay, let's get to the PowerPoint. We're 10 minutes in. Here we go.
What are you trying to say? All right, here we go, guys. Thumbs up for K-Pro's patented PowerPoint. She spent hours on this today.
So as a community, we said we want the truth, right? And all of these people that have sued, several of them, especially the ones that are on forums and things, and they said, I'm doing it for you. Well, do they want the truth to come out? Because they sure aren't sharing it up to this point, but I'm here for you guys. And the FBI, yeah, the FBI might have been called, and there's Tom telling where to go to get Forrest, where he's secretly hiding with a secret lover who's, yeah, so we're going to talk about that. This is all just funny. This is not data. These are not exact, and, you know, this is just a fun little beginning.
Funny, ha, or funny, I'm a clown to you. All right. Sorry.
You can't handle it.
Here we go. Down the rabbit hole, everybody. The lawsuit rabbit hole.
Okay, here's where we start.
What
are you doing? Okay.
So
here we go. So first we're going to go back. We're going to go back in time to when I thought all the lawsuits were finishing up and where we were at. And kind of get to, so if you guys remember Erskine was the one that actually served Forrest the day before the treasure chest was officially found. I know him. If you remember him, I put known in that second category. He's the one that filed in Arizona and tried to prove it was Arizona. And he's the one that has about $200,000 of slapped lawyers and fees. Remember? So you know who Erskine is, right?
Yeah, that's what I got to say about Erskine.
Okay, I'm just getting everyone up to date. So Erskine, he was the Arizona guy that has all these lawyers' fees. He was pro se, meaning he's representing himself. Who he was suing was Forrest. He did not sue in probate court, but he did sue in civil court. That's going to become important in a minute, guys. This is why things got a little under my radar. And then, so he is officially dismissed, but he went to Ninth Circuit. He got dismissed in Ninth Circuit, and he is now on appeal of the Ninth Circuit. And there is a partially sealed part. I don't know why. His documents are actually in there, but in the court database, but it says not for distribution. So I have not gotten my hands on them. I got a copy of the front cover that says not for distribution. So I've not been able to get a hold of it. But basically, this is the one that I call on the table, but the patient isn't dead yet. Okay. Any questions on that one?
Is a visual? No.
Okay. This is where it got a little funky to me because I had McCracken, Combs, and Raffos kind of as the same person, and they're not. So Raffos was the French guy, and he sued Dan Barbarisi and Forrest and Stoof and Shiloh, and he was dismissed. He didn't sue in probate court. He did sue in civil court. He represented himself, and he was thrown out. And I have dates and stuff, but I didn't even bring my folder up here.
It's got to be a Netflix show. Come on, with all this craziness going on.
Okay. So Erskine, patient on the table, not totally dead. Raffos is gone. He's dismissed. Then we have Sandu, Dottie, and Kaiser. There was three of them. He's the one that sued for like $10 million, plus San Lazaro's land, plus collected works, plus this, plus that. They like put everything in the kitchen sink in. He sued Forrest, San Lazaro's, collected works, Stoof, Sather. He actually was in the probate here or court and in civil court, but he's been dismissed.
The probate got dismissed already, yeah?
Well, no.
His part of it.
So from what I understand, and again, this is just layman's terms. So if you get dismissed in civil court, when the probate hearing comes up, it's like you're automatically you're off the table. Okay. You're done. Right. So he's dismissed. Okay. He and crew is dismissed. But I know him as the San Lazaro. He wanted the title to San Lazaro. So, which I thought was interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Combs. We know Combs is Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, right? So Combs is the one that was recently dismissed. He had filed in civil court. He's the one that filed the lawsuit against Doug Preston, Jenny Kyle, Taylor Swift, and Jack Stoof. And he was dismissed.
Okay, so that leaves McCracken.
McCracken. I know him as Harry. If you guys know, and I have a slide on this, so we'll talk about it. Because some of you are like, I'm so new, I don't know what Harry's Forum is. And I will tell you how Harry's Forum was ironically made, etc. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I know him as Harry's. So he was not pro se. He had an attorney. His attorney has asked and been granted a withdrawal. So he is now representing himself. He ran away. Look what you made him do. Look what you made him do. His defendant is suing Forrest. He only filed in probate. He did not file in civil court.
So he was a smart one to just do probate. I don't know if that's smart or not.
It looked insane at the time, but
here he is,
the one that made it through. So any lawyers out there or anybody in the legal know, was this smart of him to do it this way? Because supposedly, this is what I've heard, but this is only opinion, so don't quote. If you're in probate court, they want to see a lot more. Just show it to us. Let's move on. Rather than in civil court, they won't even let it get through the gate. I don't know if this guy knew it. Harry was really well versed and knew it, but he's active. He's happening.
Probate is he has to prove it's part of Forrest Fenn's estate. That's what probate is, right?
No, Forrest estate is needing to prove that they're free and clear. So that's why Zoe had to issue the statement that the treasure chest isn't part of the estate, etc.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. Yes. So the summary here is we got one live lawsuit. It's in probate court and it is active right now. So, okay, here we go.
Details of the estate case. This is okay. Gotcha.
So there's one estate record, and this is in. So some of you are asking, like, where are you getting your data? This, if you go up on Thor.
Okay, where are you getting your data?
If you go up on Thor, you can see that Goldilocks, she posts from the court databases this information. I put it into a graphic here, but there is a line item for each one of these. This is not made up. This is exactly what it says.
So you're not making this up, is that right? Just
Correct.
for people who, think you are.
So over on the left is the date in the court record. Like somebody kept saying to me, like, no, like McCracken, he's not moving for. There was no deposition this week. It's like, no, it's in the court record. This is all in the court record. So if you want to see it, go to Goldilocks' thread. I think she has it under Combs. I don't remember which one, but it's there. It's alive. It's kicking.
Riches.com. It's free, everybody. Go check it out.
Now, to download anything, you have to be registered, but you don't have to be registered to click on any links. Okay, so here is what happened, and I'm going to only focus on McCracken because everybody else is kind of gone. So we know this is in relation to McCracken versus Fenn. Fenn versus McCracken is where we're at. But Forrest is passed. I know McCracken doesn't believe that, but it's Fenn's estate. So I'm going to say Fenn's estate versus McCracken because McCracken still thinks Forrest is alive with some woman and stalking her or whatever. Okay, so which I'll go into. So last August, McCracken was deposed. I'm going to tell you what his theory is based on this ending, but I'll go over that in the next slide. Somehow from that deposition, he still moved forward, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So on 8/13, a gentleman by the name of Scott Mueller, who is a searcher, did a tribute to Forrest just to, I guess, get it on record. Bach East, McCracken has a place in Florida. He's from the UK, but he has a place in Florida. I guess that's how he was able to, you have to be a US citizen or something. He has a place in Florida. So yes, he is from Florida. I'm not giving any personal information out of him. But
are you saying McCracken got deposed last year in August? So is that going to be made public? I'd like to watch that one.
You'll see. You'll see.
Make me wait with everybody else. Okay. Because this is the first time we're going over this, guys. Don't think we do this at a time because we don't. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and so then it was about a month or 2 and a half, 2 months later. His counsel withdrew. He's out of there. He's gone. So the next step in the process is, so basically what McCracken has said is something exactly counter to what the Forrest estate has said. They are saying two opposite things. So the judge, rather than saying, I'm just going to dismiss this is crazy, he decided to say, well, let's move forward. Let's hear your witnesses, which is, I don't know if the judge is a he or she, which is very surprising to me, but I guess that's what happened here. And I'm going to tell you his whole stance in a minute. Or do you want to go to that and then come back to this?
That's up to you. I'm not sure what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go over it in a minute. So in August, McCracken was deposed about what his position was.
Okay.
And no, he's not related to the McCracken Library. Harry McCracken, just because the forum's named Harry, there's no relation to these human beings that I can find at this time. So then in November, what happens in any court case is the two sides say, okay, here are my witnesses, and here's a witness list, and here's what they're going to say. And then the other side, so McCracken says, here's my witness list. And then Forrest Estate, I don't know if it's Hickey or if it's Summer, they present their witness list. So Harry's side has said there is a woman, her mother, a neighbor, that are all going to testify that Forrest is stalking a woman and has harassed her for years and kept moving the treasure chest. I'll go over that in a second to make sure that the chase continued so he could stalk this woman. The other side's witness list says, I'm going to call those same people and they're going to say, I don't even know who Forrest Fenn is. I don't know what the chase is. And I have in no way am saying what this other person is saying. So I can see where the judge is saying, oh my gosh, I have two totally different documents that these two counsels are, I mean,
totally opposite, right?
Somebody's totally lying. Opposite.
Somebody's
lying or maybe not mentally well.
Or just not right. Yeah.
Okay. So that was in November. Now there was a hearing in February and the deposition of McCracken was not enough to get this thrown out. So it's up to Forrest's side to say, Jack's the finder, we're done. And it's up to Harry's side or McCracken's side to say, he has this woman and he's living with her and he faked his death and he is stalking her and sexually assaulting her. I don't fully understand his story, but I'll show you what he said in the next slide. So this is surprising to me that in February, rather than the judge throwing this out, there was this deposition or this hearing, and the hearing now is moving forward. Now in March, we have a motion to intervene from a gentleman named David Woodard. David Woodard is now saying he is the real fighter. He is Kaiser Sose. So that's just information. We're not going to talk about it tonight. He's just another in the long list of people that say, I want to intervene because, Judge, I'm the real Forrest Fenn fighter. Okay. Then last week, Zoe was officially deposed. So she gave her side, her factual, I mean, Forrest isn't here. Well, McCracken thinks Forrest is still alive and he can't depose him, but Zoe was called in and she was deposed.
I got live audio of her deposition if you want to hear it.
Oh, Jesus.
Bye.
That was the last thing she said. She wants it all to go away, everybody.
She does want it all to go away. I'm sure. I don't know. I've not spoken to her. So then, and this is something I don't know. I looked it up, but I don't know. On 3/30, so that would have been Thursday, there was a file for the estate's claim to privilege. And that basically means if we want to exclude some certain facts, we want to be able to exclude them. We don't want to look like we're obstructing justice. We want to look like, but Judge, we don't need to disclose every single thing known to man. And they want to specifically exclude something. We don't know what that something is. I don't have that document yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then on 4/1, which was Friday. So everybody's saying, because McCracken's up on Harry saying, I'm deposing Jack. And everyone's like, yeah, April Fools. Woodard and Jack. Yeah, he got it. It's coming. It's happening. He's deposing Jack on Thursday.
I almost want to say good for McCracken, but
oh no,
not really. You know what I mean? I mean, he's going to have his day in court, and that's kind of how our court.
Okay, he has called me as a part of the judge threw that part out from what I understand, but he's even no. Okay, I'm not even going to get into how wrong it is what you just said.
We all have our opinions, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Woodard and Jack were both named as persons of interest and Woodard's was because of his motion to intervene, that he is the searcher that really found the treasure chest. I haven't read his stuff. I don't even care about his stuff, but it is a part of record. And then Jack, because he's being deposed. Okay. Now that just gives you the timeline of where things are at. Okay. Are we ready to see? I am not putting names in. You will see a woman or her mother, or McCracken calls her the mountain lion. I don't know why. I might call her the mountain lion. I'm not going to call her by name. I don't think that's right. Yeah, this woman has been through a lot, no matter what. So we're going to now hear what McCracken's position is, and then go into Zoe's already made one statement because he did try to get some documents, and she did answer some questions. We'll go over that, and then we will go over what's happening next. Okay, and
John,
put at KPro because
good to see you. All right, ready?
Put at KPro if you guys want my. I'm not even looking. So here we go.
I got the chat. I got it. Okay, details, explanations.
Okay, so all creditors and litigants have withdrawn except for McCracken. So anything that's happening at this point is with McCracken, except for the motion to intervene.
Or all of probate, all of it's taken care of, but this.
All the other people that are named as creditors, they have all been dismissed in civil court, or they have withdrawn. So one or the other has happened. So McCracken is the only one standing at this point having any interaction.
There's got to be some that were legit creditors, but they'll get paid, right?
No. There was only some that when they claim that they're claiming something that the estate is saying is not the case. If somebody said I had a $3,000 Discover bill, unless Zoe didn't pay the Discover bill, she paid everything else. There is no other named creditors. So each side has a witness list, and it's in the file. And each side, so when you go into a deposition, like on Thursday, whoever called him, and Jack is on both witness lists, so we don't know, which one he's on the side of, which I can only imagine, but that's my opinion. Jack is on both witness lists, but no matter who the witness is, let's say it is Zoe. Zoe was on Forrest Fenn estate side. Well, the McCracken is allowed to be a part of the deposition. So it doesn't matter which side the witness is. Both sides are entitled to be a part of the deposition, and they usually have the time. So in the deposition coming up on Thursday, it's 4 hours. So each side will typically get 2 hours of questioning. Okay. Are we good here? This is just a little bit of background in case you've never watched Law and Order.
And I'm going to look up some people that I think is interesting, not related, but go ahead. How it works. And I'm going to show you guys a link so you can see how it works. Go ahead.
Okay. So how a deposition works. And I put a little SNL thing in for Mike here.
I was just going to say thumbs up. I did that on purpose. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So both sides are there for all the questions. And they each get time set aside, and both of them get answers. Now, they don't have to answer everything. So if something is, they can absolutely, from what I understand, witnesses can say, I plead the fifth, or I will not answer that sort of thing, if it's not within the purview of what the court is hearing. So let's say, for example, they started asking questions of, was Forrest really in the military? Did he really do something not related to the estate? They could say that's not within the purview of this court. This is the big thing. A deposition is used. The reason for it is the utilization to be able to prepare for the hearing that's coming up. We're going to hearing, y'all. So it is not open to the public. And the document, it will be a transcript or video. I don't know how they do it. Jack has asked for a Zoom rather than, he is not traveling for it to New Mexico. He has asked for a Zoom hearing. So
he does a Zoom from Yellowstone. Sorry. From the lodge up in West Yellowstone. It's at the bar.
Okay.
All right. And just not to interrupt you, Kate Pro, but in the chat, I put a link to a deposition. This is the one I was talking about on YouTube. This is Marcus Lemonis, who is the star of the reality show The Prophet on CNBC. He was deposed. He had to sit through this deposition, and he is pissed. He does not want to be there, and he does not want to answer the questions. So I've watched it a couple times over the years just because I think it's funny the way he handles the questions. So anyway.
Steve Klein asks a really, really interesting question. Wouldn't Forrest's death certificate kill the McCracken case, or however you spell his name? Yes. One of the questions, and we're going to go over that, Zoe was asked by McCracken, who was a witness to Forrest's death, was she, and is there a death certificate? And can you imagine losing your father? And you have to say her answer was as plain as day. Yes, I was a witness, and here's the death certificate. His position is everybody, it's kind of like Shy Guy. I don't know if you guys all know who Shy Guy is. Shy Guy put on a video that said, the ambulance people, the police officers, the coroner, the people that did the death certificates, and the whole family and all the witnesses, they're all in on it, and they've all been paid. The word paid actor actually comes up in the next couple of documents, which is crazy to me. So I don't know if McCracken got the idea from Shy Guy. I don't know if Shy Guy is McCracken. No, I think they're two different people. I think I've seen them both. But in general, you would think so, but that did not seem to be enough for the judge to say, let alone McCracken to go away. But the judge to say, this is silly sauce. How can you have a probate hearing when you're questioning if someone is even... Anyway, yes, Steve, that is logical thinking, and I don't even know what to say. Go ahead.
Jacker Jack with the $5 super chat says, just wanted to support Mike, who didn't know he was going to law school tonight. Study up, Mike. Get cracking. That's right. Crack those books. All right. Thanks, Jacker Jack.
Okay.
It is interesting. So, I don't know.
This is closed to the public. And here's what happened. So this was the question you asked at the beginning. This is not a public document. But when it goes to hearing, they can reference back. It has a court reporter person that puts it all into transcripts. So when you are deposed, you are under oath. So they will then ask, let's say this goes to hearing, and they say, were you there the day that Forrest passed? And if she says no, they can pull out the transcript and say, here, we'd like to admit into evidence.
Right.
Here is where you said you were, or whatever the contradictory statement was. It's not even contradictory. You can put it into evidence that they have already testified on that behalf. It kind of, from what I understand, speeds up the process. Again, I'm not really big on the law stuff. I am, crazy sauce.
Again, guys, we're not lawyers. We're just trying to give you the info as we understand it, but it is opinion, both basically.
Yes.
All right. Next, close to the public.
Next,
it's important.
Close to the public. Okay.
Completed to date.
So McCracken's was completed. We haven't seen it, right? It's not a part of the court file yet. So the court file is available, and go up on Thor. You can see pieces and parts of it. There's some of it that you have to send to them and all of that. Some people have it. Some people have shared parts of it. So McCracken's deposition is up there, and I will tell you what his position is. I'm going to summarize that. Zoe's deposition was last week. Jack's deposition is on Thursday. Jack has already requested the court to not testify in court. He would like to zoom in. Is this because he's in Puerto Rico? I don't know. That's opinion. I don't want to put opinion in. It's going to be 4 hours, and it's each 2 hours for each side. And the depositions are a part of attorney's information, not in the court record. So I want to keep emphasizing that. Some people are like, you can get the depositions. McCracken's is not in there, and no, you can't unless it is a part of another motion. And right now, there's nothing that's a part of those motions. Okay, next slide. This is where the good stuff starts. Okay, so who is Harry? Who is McCracken? Why do you keep saying Harry? What does that mean? Let me give you a little bit of background of who he was in the chase. He was a longtime searcher on Chase Chat. The night that Chase Chat really got ugly, and there was a moderator on there that banned like 30 people in one night. Anyone that just looked at her wrong, you were banned. And there was like searchers that were such nice, sweet people. And they were like, what's going on here? And she'd be like, ban. And people got banned. That was the day that Harry's formed. Harry's was the old Wild West. They were as nasty as Chase Chat was in attacking Forrest of being a pedophile and Bill Cosby and all those things. Oh, they came out swinging against the people that owned Chase Chat, and it was a all-out war. Much like the videos I saw earlier today, for those of you that are in the drama, today was nothing in comparison to, they put up pictures of people's family, and they just were ugly. It was the most ugly. Oh, but it was all, Harry started in the defense of Forrest Fenn of how these women were treating him and accusing him of such nasty, horrible, awful things. There's so much irony. And you're going to see later in the court record, Harry, so McCracken actually asked for all of the emails between both McCracken and John Smith. So if you guys knew John Smith, it seemed that is who he represented himself when he emailed Forrest. So he emailed Forrest under several different names, and that'll become interesting later. So here's his premise. Here is his pitch to the judge of why he's going to court. He has been a searcher since 2013. Forrest began moving the treasure chest because Jamie is his first name, because he wanted to keep a relationship with a woman who then, who is close to where the treasure chest location is. Forrest purchased a ranch so he could both observe McCracken trying to find it, but he kept moving it, and near the home of this woman. But the ranch wasn't in Forrest's name. It's under a shell company's name. I don't fully understand that. We're talking hundreds of pages of this document. Then Forrest decided to call off the hunt, fake his own death to be with this woman who he has assaulted, sexually assaulted, and stalks. That is the premise of his litigation. That is now in deposition going to a hearing. What do you think about that, Mike?
I don't understand how it got to this point. I don't understand what the reasoning of the judge is. I guess you say, McCracken, you have these allegations, prove it, but don't you have to have
McCracken has said, I'm going to call the woman and her mother and the neighbor. And Forrest side has said, we'll call the same people. And I think the only thing that makes no sense or makes sense to me is the judge is saying, okay, let's have this go to court because we will find out through the witnesses whether this is true or not. But how can you put everybody through this deposition and all this cost? And
that's what I don't get.
That's what I don't understand. So there has to be more to it that I don't understand, because when you read his position, I think I have this on the next slide. So let's go to the next slide. But now that we're all clear, that is his position.
So he requested from Forrest Counsel, that's what that is.
Yes,
16 different requests, emails between Jack, death, is that death certificate?
Death certificate and information details.
Wyoming, Dale, K-Pro, etc.
He tried to request every interaction between Forrest and I post-fine because he believes I am somehow involved in this. The same with Dale. He had 16 different sets of requests. So here's the interesting part that I think is the way that they've worked, that's gotten this far, is both sides have this woman that supposedly was stalked, her mother, and a neighbor that McCracken says had to run Forrest off because Forrest was trying to come in and stalk her or attack her. Now, Forrest's side, so in this witness list, they put the person's name and then the reason that they are coming to testify. So it's Zoe. She's representative of the estate. She can talk to Forrest's whereabouts for the last year of his life and any questions on the estate. So they put this woman's name under the Forrest or under McCracken's side. It says this woman's going to testify that she was being stalked by Forrest Fenn, and her mother's going to testify stalking, even a police officer and the neighbors. And then on the Forrest side, the Forrest estate side, it says we're going to call this witness to say she doesn't know about the chase. She's never heard of TTOTC, and she has never met Forrest Fenn. Mm-hmm. The mother is going to be called to say, no idea who Forrest Fenn is. The neighbor is going to be called to say, don't know what you're talking about.
Or is that part of the plan that you think's going to happen? But really, no, that's what's going to happen. So anyway, here's one. Forrest Fenn on YouTube says, why you think these lawsuits or any of your business is beyond me. Is it our business, K-Pro? Isn't it public record?
Well, not only is it public record, this is what is stopping, I believe, the Forrest family from discussing things. Why we have so much, and why are you representing yourself as a dead man, Forrest Fenn? I don't understand. So up to this point, this wasn't even on my radar for 6 months. I didn't realize how much of this was affecting the entire search community. And remember, McCracken is saying, I'm representing all of you. He has all of this and he's not sharing it. He's not legally responsible to, but he wants to go and sell it or give it to the press and news outlets before he shares it with the community. Come on.
Whatever he wants. But the reason I think this lawsuit and all the lawsuits are our business to at least talk about is because it is holding up the solution. And I think the whole community has at least deserved a solution to the 9 clues and the location of where the chest was.
I don't think they deserve it. I think the family deserves peace. And we're not a show that goes into all outrageous litigations. I can't believe this is holding up court and holding up families. And Zoe has to go and testify that she saw her father dying and present a death certificate. Hey, YouTube Forrest Fenn, I am astounded that you think it's okay that someone would do that. And then he's talking about stalking a woman, and a woman now is involved. And barf, barf, barf.
Okay, but what's important about this one is Jack is going to be deposed, which is different.
Jack is yes. Okay, so we have this woman, the family, the neighbors, everybody's involved. And there is just basically, this is not one. Okay, I just got into it with my kids. One of them said, she stole my jeans. And she said, no, I didn't. And I said, where are the jeans? And he took me to her room, and they were in her room. It's like, there's the evidence. This one is going to be that black and white. There's not going to be an interpretation. This woman's going to come in, and she's either going to say, yes, Forrest stalked me, and I had this multi-year of something with him, or I don't know Forrest at all. There's not a middle ground here. It doesn't seem to me. There's no middle. Oh, thank goodness. The FBI's here now. Fabulous. Wait till I show up. Hi, FBI. Okay. Oh, wait, there's so much more, guys. Just wait. So let's take a pause. What's happening with you, Mike?
Everybody. Super chat's on. If anybody wants to say hello,
here's the thing. I did not know that I was a part of this case, and there was a request for partially my communication with Forrest until the last few days. I didn't know any of this was going on. I have been distracted. I'm going to take a side tangent. I've been distracted, like many of you, in the drama and the BS and all of that. When Friday came and all of this came to light for me, that's when I said, I need to get out of the drama and crap, because I need to focus on the stuff of how do we get this done? And it's not sitting and me yelling at who or saying to whoever, you're a stinky poo-poo butt. And then they say it back, and we do videos back and forth, and we make comments, and they come to an event and they make up stuff. And then I say I'm mad at it. That's all just wasted nonsense. This has been in the court record. My name is in a court record I didn't even know. And when I called Harry out on it, I went to Harry's. I called it out. Guess what happened? He banned me because he says I'm in cahoots with Forrest, and the only way I can know all this is through knowing Forrest. And when I go to Santa Fe, I meet him at the Hilton.
You're part of the Chase Underground. I get it.
What
if that all came out?
Just don't joke, because some people, you're going to be deposed now because you said that. Okay. This is pure drama. You know what, Capshaw? How can it be pure drama if there is hundreds of thousands of dollars going to lawyers sitting in and the actual documents to show it? This is not invented drama like World Series of Fenn and blah, blah, blah. This isn't invented drama. It's in the court record. This is insane to me. Someone's going to jail. FBI. I hope, well, I won't say who I hope, or if they get really, really good mental help. I don't know what to think. This has shown me will they pay my flight to Santa Fe? Here's the thing. Oh, paid actors. Oh, let's go over the questions that have already been answered by the family.
Hang on. You didn't say you have to go to court, right?
Oh, no, dear, no.
Yeah, so
no.
Let's make sure that's
no. There was a request.
They're going to court. No.
Oh, if I'm I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah.
There was a request in the court documents to have all the correspondence between me and Forrest, between Dale and Forrest, between Forrest and
wanted all communication. Yeah.
All communication of everything, basically everything in the kitchen sink.
Family file a countersuit. Do we know that? Or
I don't release. I think they can file for court for like lawyers' fees. But I don't know. I don't know this. I'm new to this, guys. I need your help. So if somebody is more savvy in this world, I just can't believe as I'm reading it, it says K-Pro. And I'm like, K-Pro's in this. This is not my document. This is not an invented document. It's in the court record.
Right. Okay. Let's get back to it.
Okay.
From court records, McCracken questions and Zoe answers.
Okay, so I'm summarizing this because there were longer questions and longer answers, but regarding a question regarding Forrest passing and who were the witnesses and is there a death certificate? Zoe answered, she was the witness. She witnessed it and yes, provided the death certificate. It was asked whether Jack was the true finder. Her answer was yes. Was Jack paid or pretending about the ending? The answer was no. Was Forrest and Jack, do they have any legal agreements? And the answer was yes. They have a joint defense agreement against a case that was filed that week. Don't say the name. I don't care about the name. There was a lawsuit filed the week that it was announced, and they did a joint legal agreement of how they were going to defend themselves with that.
Okay.
Anyone in Forrest's family know Jack prior to the find? Zoe answered no. Does Jack possess the treasure chest? Yes. Any part of the ending faked? No. Any conspiracy about the way Jack solved the poem independently to Zoe's knowledge? No. Any searcher or woman or family under, this was about this particular woman, was she under surveillance? No. Were there any bribes to pay to break into McCracken's home in Florida? No. By Forrest, of course. No.
Or anybody you paid. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Okay. So these are just the questions that are in the file. This is not made up. These are in the file. Okay, next.
So Terminator says she's lying. Zoe's not telling the truth. Well, she's under oath. I doubt she's going to lie in court and risk going to jail. But hey, everybody has their own opinion.
And maybe that's why this is proceeding, because it is a he said, she said. I think the one that's going to be unequivocal is this woman and her family. Does anyone have access to Forrest's emails? Zoe does as the personal rep for the court and provides it when provides information when requested. Right. Did Forrest have dementia or Alzheimer's? No. Any aliases on social media of Forrest? Not that she's aware of. So This one I think is important because Forrest had said like he was Forrest Fire or other. I think that's the one that he named. So she didn't say no because she just said not that I'm aware of. This was interesting to me because I didn't know it. Does Forrest have a cell phone and what is the number? The number was provided. I didn't even know he had a cell phone.
Well, of course. I mean, everybody has a cell phone for emergencies nowadays, don't they? Because Forrest used to drive himself around. I mean, at an older age, you got to have a cell phone. But okay.
You got to love this question. List all the paid actors.
By Forrest Fenn in the chase blogs and social media. There are none, people. Nobody's getting paid.
None. Any law enforcement paid or bribed? No. Any law enforcement inquiry about a faked death by Forrest? No. Any payments by Forrest for fake IDs or passports in other names?
He's really going down the road. I give him credit, I guess.
And no. Now he requested 16 different sets of emails, information, etc. All the emails, he asked for all the emails between Jamie McCracken, Harry, and John Smith. I guess he had different aliases when he emailed. So that's always good. Hey, Judge, I faked to be a couple different people. Can I have all the emails? But wouldn't he have all the emails between them?
Yeah, right. If they're his emails. Well, yeah, right. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, anyway. I'm missing chat. I'm sorry. I'm so into.
So you're saying if people go to Hand of Riches, they can read this? This is public in the court record?
These questions are not. The questions and answered. It's in the court record. I have seen that part of the record. I don't think these pages are up there. I don't know. Cynthia had access to the emails. No, Sledneck, she never did. In my opinion, that's what she told me.
Forrest probably showed her some emails.
Yes, just like me.
There's a difference.
Yeah. And he forwarded on. He forwarded on all the media stuff all the time, but no, she did not have full access. Okay, right. So
what's next?
Okay, wait.
Oh.
I wanna actually like pause for a second. Go back one. Or let's do this. Yeah. Let's pause for a second. Okay. This is insane. Yeah. Like, okay. So we see that's not Zoe's deposition. That was the back and forth of getting different documents.
I thought that was the deposition question.
No, this is just questions he asked for, things he asked for back and forth. This is, Sledneck, if you go back and look at what she said, she didn't clarify. It could be interpreted in a couple different ways. Yeah.
There's one for Backer Jack. That's for our divorce. That's funny.
Yikes. Okay.
And DK Pro help you go through it. Yes. All right. Go ahead.
I want to go back and put at KPro because I'm going to go back a little bit into chat because I don't want to zoom through this and you guys not understand pieces. I have had to absorb for like this whole weekend. I just needed to,
Go through comic books. Yeah.
And I needed to take a break from it because not only questions like, how did this get this far in court? How am I in this document? How is this happening to the family? How is this affecting the whole Chase community? How did I miss this? I have gone so far off the right path that so McCracken thinks Forrest is still alive. Yes, Steve. Let's see. I'm going through chat right now. So ask questions if you want.
Capshaw says the phrase making a mountain out of a molehill comes to mind. These type cases are a daily occurrence. Why is this such a big deal? For me, for Cowlazars, it's because Jack's going to be deposed. He's going to be asked in court a lot of questions that I think everybody wanted Jack to answer in court. So to me, it means something. Now, people are going to always lying. I mean, you can just say it doesn't matter what he says because you don't believe it. But
and Shiloh flat out said once all of this gets through, and he talked about his mom going through a really hard time. Can you imagine? I've lost my mom. And I could not even imagine having to sit and talk about, no, she's really passed. She's really passed. No, she's not on a secret affair with some woman. Like, I just, it made me cringe.
So, Marla Champion says, so these were all not under penalty. I'm assuming she means of perjury.
It all is, from what I understand.
I mean, if you submit something to the court and it turns out to be false, you're going to get in trouble. I mean, the deposition will definitely be under.
That's under oath, and everything is under like. Yes.
If people think just lying, I just don't understand that. But anyway,
and what reason would Zoe lie? What's the reason? To keep the treasure chest? She doesn't have it. What? Like, I don't understand.
And you know what? I will even say this, and this is just my own personal opinion, but if Zoe or the Fenn estate had the treasure chest, like Jack gave it back or something, they would say it and they would go to court and sue over it. You know what I mean? They would like make it be like, this is what happened. We have it back. It's ours. Want to take us to court? Take us to court. They wouldn't lie about it. Why would they lie about it? They have the money to take anybody to court. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't understand the lying. But anyway, that's just me, guys.
Yeah. And so Craig Carter happened to say yesterday he was in Santa Fe. And I'm like, I would love, because I would like to get some of these things. I don't have all of them directly. I have copies of some things now, and I'm trying to get some copies of things because, KPro, the name KPro is in there. Oh, that's just,
yeah, it's kind of scary, actually.
It's kind of creepy.
And then, of course, there's.
You've had enough. Give me that. You have had enough soda today. Don't start fighting with me.
Okay, so the Terminator says, and this is kind of the case, and I think kind of the position is Zoe's either lying or she is telling a non-truth because she doesn't know the truth.
Why?
Some say that if Forrest called it off, he didn't tell the family because he wanted to give them plausible deniability. Okay. I can see that. Okay. But I don't, if you're saying that you believe in McCracken's claim of this woman and all of that, I don't know. I don't think so.
Live.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
Shiloh's on the list too. So just wait. He's going to be deposed as well. So
he is as well?
Well, let's keep going. Let's get
here's some live audio from the lawyers.
You got a problem? You just throw some money at it and say, go away.
All right.
No, they shouldn't have to. Okay.
What?
Keep going.
What happened?
Keep going.
All right.
PowerPoint. Okay. So the deposition of Jack is this week. Harry or McCracken or John Smith, he has said on his forum, he's going to be giving us snippets of the testimony, but he's going to the press with it. And he has contacted the FBI because he thinks Forrest is still alive and this is all a conspiracy. So the FBI will be involved maybe soon. I don't know. The remainder of the depositions will be completed before pretrial if this goes according to a normal court. And so on the witness list is this woman, her mother, a neighbor. McCracken has said a law enforcement officer that is aware of Forrest stalking. On the other side is Shiloh, Kelly, and then the right, both sides, I think, has said they reserve the right to call any other witnesses as discovery goes through the process.
Well, somebody
you
said people lie. Learn that. Yeah, I get it. People lie all the time. I don't see a motive why the Fenn family would lie.
There you go. Motive.
What's the motivation? Why would they lie? That's what I don't get. If they had the treasure chest, I don't think they'd lie about it. I think they'd say, sue us. It's ours and you ain't getting it. Let's go to court. We got enough money to do that. I don't know what the lie is about, but it's just me. I didn't find the treasure chest. So
yeah. Marla, they should just call them and get it over with. And I guess that's not how the court works. The court works of you're both saying something. Let's go to court. And now we have a witness and now we walk through the process. True.
Oops. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Then there's 3 motions that need to be determined. The determination of the material documents that are requested, those 16 different sets of documents, that has to be determined whether McCracken is going to get my emails, Dale's emails from, God, it just went on and on and on. All the different sets of emails. Up to this point.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did someone actually spend money hiring an attorney, or are they suing pro se?
So he had an attorney. I don't know if he paid him or not, but he had an attorney. And after about a month after McCracken's deposition, he withdrew his counsel.
And the attorney said,
"Don't be a player hater."
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay. So the things that are happening now is the determination of those material documents being requested. The judge needs to say yes or no. And that might be in the file. I haven't seen the entire file yet. The intervener that has said, no, Woodard, that has said, no, I'm the real finder, that has to be determined. And what was the third one? Oh, the estate has filed what's called a claim to privilege. Mike, will you go into Google and say, what does claim to privilege mean in court? And read it. It's just a wiki, but I think they put it perfect.
Mm-hmm. In the law of evidence, hey, everybody. In the law of evidence, a privilege is a rule of evidence that allows the holder of the privilege to refuse to disclose information or provide evidence about a certain subject, or to bar such evidence from being disclosed or used in a judicial or other proceeding.
So they want something not have to be discussed. And I don't know what that something is, but the judge has to file his response.
The Fenn family has filed that. That's correct.
The estate has. The estate, yeah.
Oh,
which is the Fenn family.
So you're saying they're filing something saying, Judge, we don't want this public? Is that?
They don't. Well, what you just read is what they filed. We don't know what we don't know what the subject of. What do they not want disclosed?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be because McCracken went into so many things. I wonder if it's something like that.
Packer Jack just said he has a 49-page PowerPoint. Can you tell us the subject?
Is it about Copper Dan?
49-page PowerPoint. You guys should rename this channel to
Factory? Is that
101 Reasons Never to Create a Treasure Hunt. Yeah.
Well, Forrest, first off, I can tell you this with certainty. When Forrest said, I thought of everything. No, he didn't. He didn't think of a lot of things, actually. And because he's the maverick, I don't think he cared. I think he's like, hey, I got enough money to deal with it. I'll deal with it when it happens. Not so sure if he thought of everything for the finder. He probably did not realize some things were going to happen. But anyway.
Yeah, we might go over my 395 tonight because we still have the rest of this last slide to go over.
This one? Oh, we just did, didn't we?
No. Bring it back up, Maestro.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay. So the judge so we're still under what's next. The judge needs to weigh in on those 16 different requests for information and materials. The intervener needs to be determined whether they're going to listen to this intervener saying, no, I'm the real treasure finder. And the claim to privilege. Those 3 need to have a determination, usually before trial, and trial has been set for a while. The hearing is in June. The depositions, or part of them, can be put into the record at the hearing, but that's not required. Okay?
Okay.
Will this make the hearing? Some people are saying, you're crazy, Capro. You can bring this down now.
You're crazy, K-Pro.
Well, you're making all this up. Look in the
drama.
document. It is drama, and I have to say, but it's the court's drama. There is a hearing scheduled. The only time that a judge will allow depositions is saying you need to prepare for court.
Mhm.
This is going to court. I know what some of you are saying. You said it. I did happen to put some of this out on April 1st, and you guys were like April Fools. I got that. I understand that because this is real though.
Right.
So Jack's being deposed on Thursday, y'all.
And to me, that's important. I mean, we'll hear, I hope at some point it becomes public, just like Marcus Lemonis was. I put the link in the chat.
Here, Holy says, why would they allow an intervener? What is the purpose? It's not allow. Anyone is, and we've had this on many of the other court cases. Actually, the same person has, you guys are killing me. This same person has intervened on the Combs case before it was settled. I don't believe, so like if someone came in and said, I'm the real finder, and here I have the treasure chest, they would be probably taken seriously. Right. All the interveners up to this point, every court hearing seemed to have someone that said, no, I'm the real one. No, I'm the real one. I don't think it'll go anywhere, but they do have to, when you have someone that puts in, they do have to, it's an open motion. Now, if it gets in the Combs case, the Combs had 2 interveners, and I'm only going to talk about Woodard. Combs got dismissed, and then the intervener Woodard, they said, it's a moot point. We don't even need to look at you because we didn't even find merit in the actual court case. This one made it through. So this one, intervener, neener. Exactly.
Live audio.
Can I buy you?
Don't know if that's going to make it in the deposition, but we'll see. Now, Brent John asks, does the judge know the solution of the 9 clues? I don't know if that comes into it or not. Is that part of the, like, does the judge have to know? Or
well,
I don't know, because I don't know.
Up to this point, the judge knows nothing except for your side saying one thing, your side saying another. Guys, go get your witnesses, get ready for court. I'll determine who's crazy sauce later. Do I believe? So right now, this is what I believe is happening. McCracken is trying to claim he is preparing to show Forrest is alive, stalked this woman, and called off the treasure hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Forrest estate side, I believe is saying, and part of the reason they're saying we're going to bring Jack in is to say Jack's the finder. Jack owns the chest. Jack did it without any nudge, and we're done. Right. We want this estate done. Right. Now, how much is Jack? Is Jack going to be a hostile witness when he comes in on Thursday?
Well, I don't know. The 5th on a bunch of things.
He could plead the 5th on everything. But is he going in? He's going in. What is that going to look? He's definitely hostile to McCracken.
They have a tuxedo T-shirt on. It's kind of dressing up, kind of not. I want to know these things. You know what I mean? We'll see. I just hope it's made public at some point. I hope. Yeah, I hope like the judge says we need to make it public for the entire community to hear the answers or something. I mean, I don't know how it works.
And you know what? I almost wonder if they get all the depositions together and this witness says, let's just say the witness says what I think is going to happen. I don't know Forrest. I don't know this hunt. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Mm-hmm. And my mom will, and she testifies the same way. Is that enough to say motion to dismiss? I don't know because it's already going to court. I don't know how that works.
It just seems to me the onus is on McCracken to prove this. Like, where's your evidence? You're saying this happened. Show me, because the other people are saying you're wrong. It didn't happen. So,
but I think they need to be prepared for both. So let's say those witnesses flip. This whole thing about Forrest being alive is just sad. I think for the family to have to go through it. But yeah, I think the rest of it would be okay. Jack's the finder, and here's why. Can we be done now? I mean, that's what I'm assuming.
I hope then the probate gets closed finally and people can move on with their lives, including us, including everybody else. And then it just becomes who's going to buy the treasure chest. It's still the solution, but, we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I think the end is ever drawing nigh. The biggest thing to me is Friday was such a hit to me. The answers are coming. Whether it's this deposition, we have a lot of stuff happening in May between the court case, Dan Barbarisi's book, that's happening, whatever that looks like. And if you go onto Harry's site, Harry's going to put something out. Harry already has some of this. Harry
Right.
hasn't shown any of it. Hey, Harry, here for the people. I'm going to protect you. And Forrest, I'm going to protect you. You have turned into a bigger turd than the turd we already had in the tank.
Yeah.
So I want to, and I said, and this is what I got into it with Harry, is Harry, if you are McCracken, which now we know he is McCracken, share what you have. Oh, you want to sell it to the press. Oh, that's right. That's really genuine what you're doing.
Come on the show and share it. Let's talk about it.
I did. He's not man enough, just like Turd. They're not man enough to do it.
Why didn't you ask about GPS McCracken, if that's your real name? You should have asked about that too. Anyway. All right, that's it. Again, thumbs up for K-Pro's PowerPoint, which tried to explain it to everybody. I know everybody has their own opinions, and you're entitled to your opinions. It's just like we're entitled.
And I have a little opinion
to explain what's happening in court.
A little opinion is sprinkled all throughout, but the court documents say what, and he thinks I'm a part of covering. He thinks I'm going to Santa Fe and going to the Hilton and hooking up with Forrest and covering this up. And so is Dale. I don't know about the hooking up part, but Dale, like, what? How can this be?
I haven't seen you in a while, Bill. Hey, Bill. Yeah, I know it is what it is. I mean, so Hooley says, K-Pro, where's the chest? And how do you know if you answer that question? Because you might be closed, so watch out.
I think I have as much information as all of you guys have. I believe it is at Heritage in Dallas. I haven't gotten any updates recently in the last few weeks, maybe a month or two. This is just rumor off the street. You know, it's going up for public auction, and there is someone interested in it, but I think it's going up for public auction. I don't know.
Packer Jack, 49 PowerPoint slides.
Do we know what on what? Is this some big
on what, Packer Jack? Is it on McCracken? Is it on metal detecting? Is it on the chase? What's it on? Is it on treasure hunting? Or maybe you just have to tune into the Copper Factory to find out.
Yeah, but he said that last Wednesday, and then they never went on. And then the Wednesday before that, they teased. Are you teasing us, Packer Jack?
Hooley says, once the court stuff is over, will this allow the sale, in your opinion?
From what I understand, the sale was not held up on this. Jack, if he's going to be sued, he's going to be sued. This is holding up Shiloh talking and the Forrest Fenn family getting peace. From what I understand, the treasure chest sale got hung up first because of Entity Gate, and then second, it needed to all be appraised. It wasn't appraised, it was only inventoried, and that took a ton of time because things had to go out everywhere, COVID, blah blah blah. That's what to me, it's crazy, but I think they know that they're going to get lawsuits either way, so just move forward. And once it goes up to Heritage, I think, oh, what the hell does that mean?
That's what his PowerPoint's on, I think. The mud
YDKJ. What does that mean?
I don't know.
The documentary, the Mud Locker.
It's like an Eminem album. All right.
The Gifford, the
Copper Factory tomorrow, everybody. Check it out. Tomorrow. Yeah. It's literally 49 pictures of playground slides.
Okay, so Carl said auction in March did not happen. Bill, did he say that to you?
Yeah, you don't know Jack. Oh, what's that? Bill says what?
Carl said auction in March. Did that happen? Did not happen.
And maybe it got delayed. I mean, obviously it didn't happen.
From what I understand, the process started in March. I did talk to somebody who both buys and sells at Heritage, and they said that's just the beginning of the process. That's when they start making their catalogs. They start taking pictures of everything, almost like a showing of a house and real estate and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
How credible do you feel the people that are telling you about the status of the treasure chest, rumors, etc.? Capshaw, it's kind of a 0 or 100 to me. It's not fact. So it's not, everything can change. And they said everything can change. So how much do I feel? I feel pretty good about the people I trust because I've cut the other people out of my life that are crazy birds. But could a new crazy bird come? Sure. I said that first round. Like what? First set of crazy birds came in 2018. I put a new set of crazy birds in my life in 2020 and 2021. And now I feel like I've learned, but I don't know. I can tell you though, my rumor. Okay. Can you hit the breaking news button?
K-Pro's asking me to hit the breaking news button.
My information did not come from Forrest Fenn, who is alive today.
Wait, say that again. What?
My source.
Wait a minute. What?
My source is not Forrest Fenn, who some believe and litigate that he's still alive.
Oh, gotcha. Whoa.
How much? Oh,
William with the $50 super chat. Hey, William. Hands up
William.
your storage units and one step closer to info to the hunt. Yep.
And
there
we
you
will go
That's
live
all. Thanks,
whenever I get whatever. Thank you, William. We will be going live. How did K-Pro get the deposition information when it's all locked away from the public? Marla, it is in the documents.
So it's not locked away from the public.
No, the
Okay.
deposition is not what I read. None of that is a deposition.
Right. That
None
was
of it.
things that have been filed already. Correct.
Exactly. Those are things that are in, and I don't know what the motions are called. Discovery, response, discovery. You can get them.
Not over, Packer Jack.
Why does K-Pro have them and others don't? Because they either, well, someone said to me when I used to be on Discord, like, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done that? I'm not the only one in the community. You and you and you and you. I'm the only one that does and takes the time to do it. That's why. I'm not going to get bitter Betty about it. I'm just going to say in general
And
that.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't. So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
and that kind of sums it up, everybody. All right.
Yeah. So everything here, except for some of the additional stuff from Harry came off of Harry's site. He posts every day. He only locks it down. He's the only one allowed to post. I'm banned. I can't see it. Some other people are sending me screenshots because my entire IP was banned. My entire world was banned. And he's talking about, so he posts a lot of, look at this, or you can see by his postings, a little rough. It's a little rough. Yeah.
And there it is, everybody. Jack's supposed to be deposed this Thursday. If that ever becomes public, I would want to know what the questions are and the answers are. Will it? I don't know how that works, but if it does, we will go live and we'll provide a place for you all to talk about it. So there you go.
I think whoever, if it is McCracken and he has a forum, why are you holding it back? Are you afraid of us interpreting the actual truth that we don't think that Forrest is still alive? What are you afraid of? You are afraid of the rest of the community. Turd.
Okay.
Make the effort to solve the poem. Okay, Coolio Kid says, make an effort to solve the poem and you will know the truth.
Well, the problem is you're not going to like how we solve the poem, which just like we don't like how you solve the poem. It's all opinion. And that's the point of trying to get the solution out from the family or from Jack. They know, I believe, they know what the solution is. Somebody who knows needs to put it out. And that way, and you can still disagree with it, but a Shiloh or a Zoe or a Jack, they have more credence in the solution than we do, in my opinion, because none of us found it. Jack did. Jack can tell us where he found it. Now, you may not believe him, but if he tells us in court under penalty of perjury, I mean, I would believe him. That's just me, guys. I'm crazy Cowlazars trying to sell some crazy comic books.
Here's one thing I will ask, and I know some of you don't have this ability because you have to have the limelight and put out the email and the names and the scoop. Lucky Digger just said, what woman did Forrest stalk? There is a woman's name in the file, and she's an actual woman, and her mother. I would be very, very respectful. I don't know her, never saw her name before. I would be very respectful of her. And I would ask anyone, even if you can put it out and you really need the limelight and to scoop, find something else to scoop. I just wouldn't. That's my line. You're not breaking the law, but I just wouldn't.
So we'll see, everybody. If by next Monday, do we have anything to share about it? I have no idea. I guess we'll wait and see because we don't know either. I mean, as things come out, as these things are shared from the public court records, then, we'll see how it plays out.
Okay. There's a little typo here, but what do you think about all the shade thrown at Cynthia after the documentary?
I didn't understand what he meant.
I thought she was genuine and great. I actually saw it differently. I saw a lot of positives. She just dropped a new video today. That's the second part of the interview that Bavetta had asked for.
Yeah, go check out.
I think she's seeing and hearing a lot more positive. So we are going to see and hear more from her possibly. I think everyone is going to throw shade. The people that throw shade are going to continue to throw shade. I think the people that were getting on that bandwagon broke from that when she shared the first round of this interview. And I went and I looked at all of those comments, and there were so many positive ones. So I wanted to say thank you guys, because she just dropped the second one. And go drop a positive comment to her. Holy, if you could put it in chat. It is amazing when someone voluntarily takes their time and goes out of their way to try to help, whether you agree with them or not. It's amazing that most people don't like to be abused, kicked in the face, put outside, all those things. Most functional human beings want something positive or just not negative. I think we're seeing that with Cynthia. So let's get her back. I don't think anybody is going to, this community is not what it was before. This weekend has showed me 3 or 4 days kind of outside the bubble has shown me that. I think we have some really great people in the community, but I don't think she'll ever engage like she used to. She used to sit in these chats. She's not even going to sit in these chats anymore because of everything that's happened. So yeah.
YouTube, everybody, go check it out. This is Conversations with Boris and Cynthia, part 2. It just dropped a couple hours ago. So
yeah, and it's the uncut video or uncut interview. So I think, so I'll give you my opinion. I think she was depicted very honestly. And I think she was not, I have talked to her, so I'm not going to give too much more up. I asked her if she was ready for that question when she was asked about Forrest's death, and she wasn't. She was just trying to hold it together, not to cry. I have a different interpretation than most in the community because she is someone that we have shared emotions. And there's a bond there that's a little bit different. I think the documentary represented her well. Because it was honest for her. I don't like the documentary style. Pick 3 searchers, tell their story. This is so much bigger than any of that I just thought it was I don't think any of the documentaries, in my opinion, not one documentary is going to make the light of day. That's just
you think they're all going to just go away?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
I don't think one's going to make
that's because they need to hurry and get it out. I mean,
yeah,
the only thing that would make it through is if Jack actually would break his silence in a doc and explain whatever he wants to explain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think there's reasons for the Discovery one going away. The Netflix one is delayed. Each one of these, there's an explanation of why it won't. I don't think any of them are going to make it personally. So.
All right, everybody. I think that's it. We're at an hour and 15. So tune in next Monday, Forrest Fenn Treasure Found. We'll see if there's anything that comes out after the deposition Thursday. I don't know if there will be, but we'll find out together. Thursday, I hear Utah's Hidden Treasures are doing another treasure hunt, so they may be on the show, but we'll see. Yeah. So thanks. Thumbs up, guys. If you enjoy what we're talking about and just basically talking about the Forrest Fenn thing. It's been almost 2 years. We're coming up on 2 years, and we just can't let it go because we want the solution, even if we don't like it. I want the solution, even if I don't like it and don't agree with it.
We're getting it. We're getting everything. By the end of summer, we'll have it all.
Okay. You heard K-Pro say it. So
you heard me. I said it.
All right. We guys will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.